Hey everyone, and welcome to Magic Chasers. I'm one of your motivational magic chasing coaches, Jimmy.
And I'm your universal planning expert, Avi. Today, we're diving into the best tips and tricks for first time visitors to Universal's Florida Resort, Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. We're going to get you ready, for your first trip, make it super smooth.
That's right, but quick heads up, a little disclaimer before we get too deep into the magic. For this episode, we're not covering Epic Universe. That's a whole show of its own, coming soon. Maybe show 3, maybe 4, we'll see.
Yep, Epic Universe is definitely on the docket for a future show. Today is all about getting you ready to rock, or maybe ready for some butterbeer in Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. So you can plan like a super efficient and fun first trip.
All right, first things first, and this is where the rubber meets the road, right? Tickets. How do folks actually buy tickets, Abby? Where do you even start?
Oh, that is such a great question because, it sounds simple, but there are a few paths you can take, and you want to make sure you're getting the right ones for your trip. So you've got your basic base tickets.
Okay, base, like your foundation.
Exactly, one park per day. So if you just want to spend a whole day in Universal Studios Florida or a whole day in Islands of Adventure, that's what you'd go for. But then you have the holy grail, in my opinion, if you're a Harry Potter fan, park to park tickets. These are essential, Jimmy, if you want to ride the Hogwarts Express between Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. You have to have a park to park ticket, otherwise, no magical train ride for you.
So if I'm like trying to be a wizard, I need the special ticket.
Yes, to get your wizard on park to park. And then, of course, you've got multi day tickets, which honestly I always recommend because it lets you kind of spread your trip out, go easy on your feet, and really soak everything in without feeling rushed. As for where to buy them, well, the most straightforward place is directly on Universal's official site. That's always your safest bet.
And safest bet is code for not some dude in a trench coat outside the park selling you like crumpled up mystery passes.
Exactly. I mean, seriously, we've all heard the stories, right? Just avoid the mystery passes. Now, sometimes authorized third party vendors do run deals, like, vacation package sites, but if you go that route, just make sure they're authorized. Look for official partners, reputable sites, that kind of thing. And if you're super savvy, you might even save a bit by bundling tickets with your hotel stays directly through Universal, or by keeping an eye out for seasonal promotions. They do have those pop up.
So basically, do your homework. Don't be a niffler fooled by shiny objects. Just maybe to save a few bucks for extra butterbeer, which we'll get to. Oh, we'll get to the butterbeer. All right, next up, the all important decision for any vacation, right? Where are you going to crash? Hotels. Tell us about the on site picks, because I know there are like levels to this.
Oh, there are definitely levels, Jimmy. And Universal, they've done a really, really good job of like tiering their resorts. So there's something for pretty much every budget and every travel style. So you've got your first tier, which is the value category.
Okay, value. Like, it's good, it's just, not going to have a lot of extras, but you get free transportation to and from the parks and early entry, right?
Right. These are more like a place to sleep and go to the pool. You're not going to have extravagant decorations, super plush beds, and sometimes, to be honest, the walls can be kind of thin. Even with that said, their hotels are typically a step up from a random international drive hotel, and I really do like them for a cheap and fun way to stay in the magic. The next level are the prime value resorts.
Ooh, prime value. So, like, value, but prime?
Yes, exactly. They're a step up. You'll find like slightly better pools, maybe a little more atmosphere, but they're still, pretty affordable. They still offer the free transport and early park entry, but then, Jimmy, then you get to the premier or what some people call deluxe resorts. And this is where like the magic really happens.
All right, spill the tea. What's so magical about these? I know it is not the price.
Well, the most impressive thing about these three resorts, Hard Rock Hotel, Portofino Bay, and Royal Pacific, is that while you're staying there, you get a free, unlimited express pass for everyone in your room for the duration of your stay.
Wait. So Premier Resort equals free skip the lines magic carpet ride all day, every day. Like, no extra cost once I'm there?
Pretty much. We will dive further into Express Pass later on. However, believe me, it is a lifesaver on a busy day.
I know it has saved us before. How about timing? Like, when should people actually go? When's the sweet spot to avoid, being shoulder to shoulder with 1,000 strangers?
Ah, that's a crucial question because timing honestly can make or break your trip. You really want to look for those off peak months. So we're talking like late January through February. That's usually pretty good. Early May before all the, summer madness kicks in, or September to October. Those are typically like your best bets for slightly lower crowds.
So basically, when everyone else is like back in school or, not thinking about vacation,
Exactly. And definitely try to avoid any big holiday weekends or like those major school breaks if you can possibly swing it. They get intense. And weekdays are always quieter than weekends. Always. It's just a general rule of thumb for any theme park really.
so, in other words, if you want to ride Hagrid's Magical Creatures motorbike adventure multiple times without losing a limb, come on a Tuesday in September. Got it.
That's right. Or, avoid spring break at all costs. Just don't. It's a whole different beast. But yeah, aiming for those quieter periods just makes everything so much more relaxed and honestly efficient. You can get so much more done.
You can also check out Orlando theme park crowd calendars to see what is projected for times of year you're considering. All right, so we've talked about when to go, how to buy tickets, where to stay. Now let's get into the good stuff. Like, what are we actually doing when we get there? What are the must see lands in these parks, Abby? Lay it on us.
Okay, so Jimmy, these parks, they're just incredible, and they're both so different, which is part of the fun. So, starting with Universal Studios Florida, when you first walk in, you're usually hitting Production Central. That's your kind of your entry point, with the classic Universal globe right there before you even walk in the park. Also, in this area are the oh so cute minions. Then you've got New York, which is like a big favorite for thrill seekers with stuff like Transformers. It really feels like you're in the city, but with less traffic. And then you wander into San Francisco, which is home to The Mummy, one of my absolute favorites, and Fast and Furious, if that's your jam.
You have to be ready for the club for Fast and Furious.
Yes, it is an experience. And then World Expo, where you'll find Men in Black, The Simpsons, and E.T., which, by the way, is still just, it's a classic. You gotta ride E.T. for the nostalgia alone.
E.T. is surprisingly still holding up. It's got that, classic charm.
It really does. And then, of course, the big one at Universal Studios Florida is the Wizarding World Diagon Alley. This place, it's a whole other level of immersion. And from there, if you have a park to park ticket, you can actually ride the Hogwarts Express right out to Islands of Adventure.
Which is like basically magic. You just get on a train and poof, you're in a different park.
Pretty much. And then over at Islands of Adventure, that's where you'll find the other side of the Wizarding World, which is Hogsmeade. So you hop off the Hogwarts Express into Hogwarts, just like in the movies, and then you can move into, oh my gosh, Jurassic Park. That's where you get your boat ride, all the dino fun. It's a whole like prehistoric adventure.
So if you're into, potentially getting splashed and seeing some really big fake teeth, that's your spot.
Exactly. Then there's the Lost Continent, which right now has a lot of potential. The few shows and experiences they had there have closed, but we're all waiting with bated breath to hear what is coming to this land. Another awesome land in islands is Toon Lagoon, which is your splash zone if you really want to get soaked. Marvel Superhero Island with the Incredible Hulk coaster, and one of my favorites, Spider-Man, which is just wow. And then finally, Seuss Landing for the kids.
And if your kids want to literally live in a Dr. Seuss book, Seuss Landing is totally your jam. It's wild. Cool fact is that there are no straight lines in Seuss Landing to emphasize all the whimsy.
It's so whimsical and colorful and really, really perfect for younger kids. So, yeah, each park has its own distinct personality, and you just kind of bounce between them, absorbing all the different vibes.
Yes, and speaking of younger kids, even though Universal has a lot of big, thrilling rides, both parks are like super family friendly, both with great kids areas, which I think surprises some people. They really do a great job.
Exactly. So, for example, if you've got little ones, they offer stroller rentals right in the park, which is super convenient if you don't want to haul your own through the airport or take up your entire trunk if you're driving, or you can totally bring your own. And honestly, even double strollers are welcome. And from personal experience, Jimmy and I, we still use double strollers for our 5-year old and sometimes even our 8-year old just when they get tired because you do a lot of walking.
Yeah, even I get tired. Maybe I need a stroller.
You absolutely do not need a stroller, but for the kids, it's a lifesaver. And They also have these amazing baby care centers, which are just, they're a relief for parents. You've got changing rooms, nursing areas, and of course, all the restaurants have kids' menus. So they really thought of everything for families.
So it's not just like a bunch of roller coasters and loud noises, then it's actually, manageable with kids. Good to know.
Oh, totally manageable. And speaking of kids and like keeping them happy on a budget, here's my classic tip. If you listen to our Disney 101 show, you know I would recommend having some Ziploc bags on hand.
Ah, the Ziploc bag tip. It never fails.
It never fails because you can use them to split snacks, like popcorn, for example. You can, grab a big portion and then split them up among the kids. It just stretches your dollar and honestly prevents a lot of arguments over who got more. Trust me on this one.
Okay, so you know how we talked about crowds and like picking the best time to go? Well, even then, sometimes it's just busy, right?
Yeah, especially if you're going on a Tuesday in September that suddenly feels like Saturday in July.
So this is where the Express Pass comes in. It's basically your golden ticket. Well, not the ticket, but an additional ticket to skip the regular lines on most rides. Oh, the fancy people line. I've seen it. I've been jealous of it.
You have been jealous of it. And there are two main kinds. There's the regular express, which lets you skip the line once per ride, and then there's the unlimited express, which means you can skip it multiple times. Like go on the Mummy 5 times in a row if you want.
Hold on. So you're telling me I could ride the mummy until I am a mummy? That's incredible.
Pretty much. Now, here's the kicker, the really valuable part. If you're staying at one of the premier on site hotels, like Portofino Bay or the Hard Rock Hotel, which we mentioned earlier, that unlimited express pass, it's included for every single day you stay, including your check in and check out days. It's like huge savings.
Wait, so you get the unlimited skip the line magic ride from the moment you check in until you like drag yourself out of the lobby? That's like getting a cheat code for the park.
It absolutely is a cheat code. It's so valuable because you can buy the Express Pass separately at the parks too, but the prices vary daily and it can get pretty pricey. So if you're thinking about that, the Premier Hotel might actually save you money.
Huh. So basically, if you want to be a VIP without wearing a VIP sash, stay premier. Got it. What about single rider? I've heard about that one. Is that like for lonely people?
No, it's not for lonely people, Jimmy. It's actually a fantastic strategy for efficiency. Single rider lines are available on a lot of popular rides like Jurassic Park River Adventure, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, and even Hulk.
So if I'm by myself, or if I don't mind not sitting next to you,
Exactly. If you don't mind splitting up from your group, even just for the ride itself, you can often get on a ride much faster because they're just filling in empty seats. It's perfect for quick time savers, especially if you have a group, but like you're all cool with not sitting next to each other for that particular ride.
fascinating. So I can ditch my family, ride alone, and get on faster. My kind of vacation.
Oh, you're terrible. But yes, it's a great tip if you want to maximize your ride count.
All right, all right. Enough about skipping lines, which, don't get me wrong, is amazing. But let's get to the real reason people go to theme parks: the food.
Oh, Jimmy, you're so predictable. But yes, this is a very important segment because, well, you gotta eat, right? And Universal has some iconic, like, must try treats.
Yeah, I'm already picturing the glorious taste of what is it? Butterbeer.
That's number one on everyone's list, or it should be. And it comes in so many forms too. You can get it frozen, which is probably my favorite, or cold, or even hot, which only used to be during the cooler months, but is now available all year. And you can find it in both Harry Potter areas. You have to try it. It's like essential.
It's like a foamy, buttery, sugary cloud in a cup. It's pure magic. I feel like my teeth are gonna fall out every time I drink it, but it's worth it.
It absolutely is. And then staying in the Wizarding World, you've got your traditional fish and chips at Hogsmeade, which is surprisingly good for theme park food and one of our favorites. But moving outside of Harry Potter, there are some other like really fun, unique things. Like in Toon Lagoon, they have a chicken and waffle sandwich that's like surprisingly delicious.
Oh, and the pizza tots in Springfield. My goodness. Who knew tater tots and pizza could get married and have such a delicious baby?
They're so good. And speaking of taters, you also have to look out for the twisted taters. Those are those spiral cut potatoes that are like seasoned so perfectly on a stick. So, so good. And, there's even things like the loaded jacket potatoes in the London area of Universal Studios, which are surprisingly popular and we call the breakfast of champions.
I think I could live off those for a week. And you know what else is great for living off of? The refillable popcorn buckets and the soda souvenir cups.
Oh, absolutely. Those are such a lifesaver, honestly. You can grab them at any cart and then you just refill all week long for free or for heavily discounted rates. It's totally worth the initial purchase, especially if you have like a family of four or more, you're going to save money.
And then your secret tip for those refills, come on, tell him again the Ziploc bag trick.
Oh, yes.
So yes, you'll want Ziplocs for everything. You never know what you will need to store.
All right, so we've covered a ton of ground today, and I know it can feel like a lot for a first timer. So let's just do a quick rapid fire rundown of the absolute must know tips to make your first Universal trip just chef's kiss.
The lightning round. I love these. Hit him with the knowledge abs.
Okay, here we go. First, if you want to ride the Hogwarts Express, which trust me, you do, you must buy park to park tickets. No way around it.
Gotta have it. It's like the golden ticket of train rides.
Exactly. Second, consider staying at a premier Universal hotel. That free unlimited express pass for your entire stay, including check-in and check-out days, is just amazing. It's incredibly valuable. Another quick tip, if you do not want to pay the premier price for your entire stay, do what we call a split stay.
Oh, I didn't think we would be going into split stays on a beginner trip, but let him have it.
Okay, so hang tight. This can get confusing. So basically, you fly in or drive in on your first day and check into a value hotel, hang out at the pool, and grab dinner in the food court. Then the next morning, when you are ready to hit the parks, you check into one of the premier resorts before heading to the park and get the unlimited express passes for everyone in your room, up to 5 people. Stay at the premiere for a night or two and check out on your last park day. Use the express all day on your checkout day and then check back into a value resort for your last night before you head home.
Abby, that is some advanced universal planning there, but I know our chasers can handle it.
Oh, yeah, they have got this. Now, back to our recap. Third, try to visit during off peak months and on weekdays. Your feet and your patience will thank you. Fourth, don't be afraid to use single rider lines if you're okay splitting up from your group for a few minutes. It can save you so much time.
Oh, the single rider line is a secret weapon.
It really is. Fifth, bring those Ziploc bags, split snacks, save money, and always have room for more butterbeer. And speaking of which, try all the food treats. But yes, butterbeer first, always. Frozen, cold, hot, all of them.
And finally, for the kids, remember stroller options. Bring your own, even a double for older kids, or rent one. Don't underestimate how much walking you'll be doing.
And my absolute final non-negotiable tip, because this is Florida, folks, comfortable broken-in shoes, sunscreen, hats, ponchos, get yourself a poncho. Florida weather is a choose-your-own-adventure of sunshine and sudden downpours. You just never know. Be prepared.
Well, folks, that officially wraps up our Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure guide for beginners. Whew.
Yeah, we packed a lot in there, didn't we? We really, really hope you feel a lot more ready, like way less overwhelmed to plan a super fun, efficient, and honestly just a magic-filled trip to Universal.
Absolutely. And hey, don't you worry, because as promised, soon we are diving deep into Epic Universe. That's going to be a whole nother level of crazy.
It is, so make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss out on that one.
Seriously, do it. Thanks so much for listening, everybody. We're Abby.
And Juby.
And this was Magic Chasers with Universal 101. We'll see you at the parks. Just follow the butterbeer scent. You can't miss us.
If you have any tips to planning the best trip to Universal Orlando Resort, post them in the comments and we can all learn together.
And remember, keep on
Chasing that magic.